Hello learners and welcome to Legal Gyani channel. Where we discuss about the Indian laws from the legal aspect and about all the legal exams. I'm your speaker Deepak and the creator of Legal Gyani channel. Today we are going to learn about a topic from the Constitution of India. As you can see on the left side, it is the picture of the book cover of Constitution of India, official book cover of Constitution of India by the Union Government of India. Today's topic is Attorney General of India under Article 76 of the Indian Constitution. So let's begin the brief lecture about Attorney General of India. As you can see, this is our topic, and what we are going to learn about this, I summarized it into 7 points, which is first of all, we are going to know about the importance of the AGI. Here, AGI remarks Attorney General of India. So, further in the video, I am only going to reference the Attorney General of India with the abbreviation AGI. Second, we are going to know about how AGI is appointed and how he holds its office. Third, we are going to know about the powers, duties and functions of the AGI. Next, we are going to know about the perks and remunerations given to the AGI. And that's the very important topic which makes Attorney General of India a very interesting subject for you to know about. Further, we are going to know about the terms and conditions of services of AGI. Now, before we go any further, here terms and conditions of service, we meant the restrictions laid upon the services of AGI, of course by the Union Government of India. Next, we are going to know about the assistance given to the AGI and their validity. And last but not the least, we are going to discuss about the AGI nowadays. So without any delay, let's begin. So first of all, we are going to know about the importance of AGI. As you can see on the screen, the first and the most important part is AGI is a constitutional post under Article 76. As you all know, Constitution is the supreme law of our nation. So no other law or no person, no government can disobey this. And as it is written under Article 76, the AGI is the prime legal advisor to the government, and it is mandatory for the government to appoint it. So the Constitution itself made it clear that AGI is important for the government of India to appoint. Second, the AGI is the prime link of government of India to judiciary. Now let's see this. I'll try to explain it to you. By the link I mean there are 3 pillars of our constitutional polity, or you can say the constitutional management of India. The government of India has mixed powers of legislature and judiciary. Judiciary on its own free body, a free constitutional body, and legislature on its own and another free body. The government, or we can say the executive part, which we form by electing government, is a mixture of both. So government of India is accountable to the citizens, but judiciary has its other part to play and legislation has its other part to play. So the AGI links both government of India and judiciary. How? Because AGI has a prime function to represent government of India in judicial courts, in the Supreme Courts, in every high court within the territory of India and Union territory, and in all the lower courts as its district courts. Now let's go further. See, AGI is not a government employee. It's right that AGI is appointed by the government, but AGI is not a government employee. So it is not mandatory for him to follow every orders given by the government, but still he has to, which we are going to discuss further in the 7th point, which is AGI nowadays. But if you want to know about this, just see it as that AGI is not a government employee. He do receive some remuneration, but mostly in the form of fees, as the fees we pay to any advocate. Similarly, the government will pay fees to its advocate, which is known as Attorney General of India. As you can see, the prime function of the AGI is to help government in every legal matters, which is civil and criminal. Fourth, AGI helps government to bring justice, which is socio, economic and political, as per the preamble says. How? Because it is the duty of government to bring such types of justice to its citizens, or to deliver such justice in the form of natural justice. But how? In this sector, the AGI helps the government by referring its problem to the judiciary, representing them in other legal conferences and conventions, and giving the right advice to the government in terms of justice and legal matters. And the last but not least, AGI should be as qualified as a normal judge of Supreme Court should be. It is written under the Article 76 Clause 1 that only that person who possesses the qualification to be a judge in a Supreme Court can be appointed as an AGI. So this point alone made AGI as important and as respectable as any Supreme Court judge. You can take the screenshot of this. These 5 points will explain how AGI is important in the Constitution of India. Now let's go further. Our next topic is how AGI is appointed and what's the status of his office. As you can see, any person who possesses the qualification mentioned under Article 76 Clause 1 shall be appointed the AGI by the President of Union of India. This point alone made it clear that only that person who possesses all the qualification mentioned under Article 76(1), that is, a person should possess the qualification to be a judge of a Supreme Court, which we discussed in the previous part, or you can say previous slide. The President has the right to appoint the AGI on the Council of Union Cabinet or Cabinet of Union Ministers. Second point is, according to Article 76(4), Attorney General of India shall hold the office during the pleasure of the President. Now let's see this point. Till the period the President holds its office, or the President rules upon its office, the Attorney General of India has a right to hold office till that period. We will discuss in the upcoming slides how this system works, but right now you should know that it is written under Article 76 Clause 4 that Attorney General of India should hold office according to the pleasure of the President or during the pleasure of the President. the President, if he wants or she wants, can extend the period of Attorney General of India to hold the office and to hold the post. See, that's the part which I am talking about. AGI shall hold the office for the term of 3 years. Why? Because it is written under Rule 3, Clause 1 of the Law Officer Conditions of Service Rules 1987. These are the rules which govern every law officer appointed by the government. And by every law officer, I only mean AGI, Solicitor General of India, Additional Solicitor Generals of India, and the Advocate General. That is only the topmost law officers. Or the President may extend the period of AGI to hold its office. The headquarters of the office of AGI shall be at New Delhi, India, under Rule 4.1 of the Law Officers Condition of Service Rules 1987. So these are the points about the appointment and the office of the AGI. Now let's discuss about the powers, duties and functions of AGI. First, AGI functions under the Law Officer Conditions of Service Rules 1987 and Article 76 Clause 2. The prime function of AGI is written under Article 76 Clause 2, and the other parts or the conditions of service is written under the Law Officers Conditions of Service Rules 1987. See, AGI has right of pre-audience in any court of law which is located within the territory of Union of India under Article 76 Clause 3. Attorney General has the power of Chief Legal Officer of India. That is, Attorney General possesses every power given to the legal officer, Prime Legal Officer of India by the government. Fourth one is, under Article 88 of the Constitution of India, like every minister, Attorney General have the right to speak in and otherwise to take part in the proceedings of either house, any joint sitting of the houses, and any committee of parliament of which he may be named a member, but shall not virtue of this article be entitled to vote. Now what's that mean is that under Article 88, AG has right to participate in every proceeding of house, whether singular or joint, and in any house of parliament, whether Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and in any committee of parliament which may be established for purpose and in which the AG may be named as a member. But AG does not possess any right to vote in such proceedings. The fifth part is, as the AG can participate in the proceedings of Parliament, AG is also entitled to the immunities and privileges entitled to the members of Parliament, and so on, which is written under Article 105 of the Indian Constitution. Now what that means? That AG under Article 88 may take part as an MP, and that's why he is entitled to every immunities and privileges given to the MPs and other ministers under Article 105. Now, before going any further about this point, you must note one thing, that the exact name of AG or Attorney General of India is not mentioned under Article 105, but still he possesses the power to speak and to take part in proceedings. He is also entitled by the government or on the will of the government for the immunities and privileges like MPs. Now let's discuss about some duties of Attorney General of India. So these are the duties which is according to Rule 5 of Law Officer Conditions of Service Rules 1987. First of all, see, as it reads, it shall be the duty of a law officer first to give advice to the Government of India upon such legal matters and to perform such other duties of a legal character as may from time to time be referred or assigned to him by the Government of India. B. To appear whenever required in the Supreme Court or in any High Court on behalf of the Government of India in cases which is including suits, writ petitions, appeal and other proceedings in which the Government of India is concerned as a party or is otherwise interested. C. To represent the Government of India in any reference made by the President to the Supreme Court under Article 143 of the Constitution. Now if you don't know what is Article 143, I will show it to in the next slide. The fourth duty of AG is to discharge such other functions as are conferred on a law officer by or under the Constitution or any other law for the time being in force. What does that mean? That AG should discharge all the functions which are conferred on any law officer or the prime law officers which is written under Constitution or any other law like this, the Law Officer Conditions of Service Rules for the time being in force. This is an explanation about the Rule 5. For the purpose of this rule and sub-rule 1 of Rule 8, the expression Government of India includes the government of a union territory also. As I talked earlier, that the whole of India this is the Article 143, the power of President to consult Supreme Court. You can pause the video and see this article by yourself. Now let's go further. Now let's talk about the perks and remuneration to AGI, which I think is the most important part, as you all want to know how AGs got remunerated or got his income from his or her income from the Government of India. See, this is the nomenclature which is given under the Rule 7 Clause C of the Act which I talked of earlier, the Law Officer Conditions of Service Rules 1987. These are the rates of fees payable to AG or any law officer which is Solicitor General of India, Additional Solicitor Generals of India, which can be 4 in count and located in Delhi, Bombay and so on, as written in the same Act. As you can see how the AG got paid by the Government of India. And these are just a gist about how AG got paid by the, and other remunerations and allowances are paid to AGI and other law officers of Government of India under Rule 7 of Law Officers of Conditions of Rules 1987, in which the dearness allowances, the travel allowances and the other aids provided by the government to AGI and other law officers are included. If you want to know more about this, I will drop a link about the said Act in the description. You may check it there. Now let's move further. These are the terms and conditions of services of AGI. And by terms of services, I mean the restriction laid upon the role of AGI. As you can see, under Rule 8 of the Law Officer Conditions of Service Rules, the AGI has the following restrictions laid upon him. I'm sorry, pardon me for the noises in the background. So the restrictions laid upon a law officer is under the Rule 8, which is a law officer shall not hold briefs in any court for any party except the government of India or the government of a state or any university, government school or college, local authority. By I mean all the authorities which are mentioned under Article 12. By the authority, I mean that authorities. Public service commissions, port trust, port commissioners, government aided or government managed hospitals, a government company as defined in section 617 of Companies Act 1956. This has got updated now, the Companies Act 2013, sorry, pardon me. And any corporation owned or controlled by the state, any body or institution in which the government has a preponderating interest. So long story short, AGI cannot represent against the government of India or any government of state or any other government institution. Second, the AGI cannot advise any party which is against the government of India or a public sector undertaking, or in cases in which he is likely to be called upon to advise or appear for the government of India or a public sector undertaking. So by this clause, this act wants to say that AGI or any law officer cannot advise any party which is against the state or the Union of India or any other public institution. C. The AGI or any other law officer cannot defend an accused person in a criminal prosecution without the permission of Government of India. Why? Because every single criminal case has been prosecuted by the state or the government, and by being the prime legal advisor of the government, the AGI or any other prime law officers cannot go against the government without the permission of the government, and in this case the government is the client of those officers. D. An AGI or any other law officer cannot accept appointment to any office in any company or corporation without the permission of the Government of India. Now, as you all know, the advocates has right to be a member of board of directors, chairman in any other company or corporation under the rules, Bar Council of India rules from Rule 47 to 52, I guess. Pardon me if I am wrong. But the AGI, as being the government advisor, cannot accept such appointment without the permission of it. The fifth clause is the AGI cannot advise any ministry or department of Government of India or any statutory organization or public sector undertakings unless the proposal or a reference in this regard is received through the Ministry of Law and Justice, Department of Legal Affairs. Before going any further, let me describe this point to you, that AGI, as being the prime law officers, cannot accept the cases without the permission of Ministry of Law and Justice and Department of Legal Affairs. AGI should be concerned on legal matters by the government only on the utmost important matters, and those of any after being consulted or being referenced by the Ministry of Law and Justice. If the Ministry or the Department of Legal Affairs cannot handle such matters, then they will ask the AGI of Union of India. That's the second clause of the Rule 8. that where a law officer appears or does other work on behalf of bodies of Union of India, such as Election Commission, the Union Public Service Commission, and etc., he shall only be entitled to fees on the scales mentioned in clause C of subrule 1 of rule 7. Now, I forgot to describe this to you, that AGI is entitled to get remuneration in form of salary similar to the same salary of a judge of a Supreme Court, unless all the nomenclatures and the rate of fees payable to the AGI and other law officers, which I described in the previous slides. In this clause, it has been made clear that if AGI represents Election Commission or Public Service Commissions, he is entitled, or he or she, in this case it is written he, but she can be also, so he or she can be entitled to only fees according to the nomenclatures mentioned earlier. So these are the restrictions and terms of conditions of services laid upon the AGI and other law officers. Now let's move further. The assistance to AGI and its validity. So all the assistant, or you may say the assistant or deputy of AGI, are the Solicitor General of India and Additional Solicitor Generals of India. These are the only law officers which may assist the AGI on all the legal matters of Union Government of India, and they possess the same powers and duties as the AGI did. See, Solicitor General of India and other law officers are appointed under Law Officers Condition of Service Rules 1987, and these are the statutory posts in the Government of India. See, this is the main difference between AGI and their assistants, that they are the statutory post, which means it is written under the law, but AGI is a constitutional post, which means it is written under the supreme law of the nation, and no legislature has no right to play with the basic framework of the constitution. So AGI, or the post of AGI, cannot be removed from our nation without any serious issue, unless any serious issue arises. Till then, AGI is the prime and permanent post, and it is mandatory for government to have one, but they are not, but still Government of India requires them. See, these law officers enjoy all the emoluments and perks as AGI gets. Now by emoluments, you may think that I am talking about the emoluments given under the second schedule of the Constitution of India, but no, I am talking about the emoluments given under the Law Officers Conditions of Service Rules 1987, and as per the Government of India may think so. Fourth one, this law officer doesn't have a right of pre-audience in every court of law like AGI did. By pre-audience, I mean they do not have right to be heard first as like AGI, but they do have right to speak and to participate in every court of law, and they can represent Government of India in every court, which means from lower to tehsils to any other lower courts, and to the higher and the supreme courts also. These law officers did not have right to participate in debate sessions of Parliament like AGI had under Article 88, and they also did not have immunities granted to the AGI. So these law officers hold offices for 3 years during the pleasure of the President of India. The President of India, on the Council of Union, Cabinet of Union Ministers, may extend the period of AGI and its office, but these law officers have some bondage that they can only hold offices for 3 years. But you know, government can increase their period or tenures. So these are all the assistance given to the AGI and its validity. Now we have come to our last point, which is AGI nowadays. So these are some points. In present, Honorable Mr. K.K. Venugopal is the AGI, and he is the 15th AGI of India. AGI is a very political post nowadays. The politicization of AGI is being committed from a very long era. I think we can't turn that into a constitutional post now. Only the highly political influential people can become AGI in the government, or also the senior most advocate of the Supreme Court has the ability to be AGI, because they have access to capital of India and to legislature and to the deepest roots of the governments. Government appoints the person of its choice to be the AGI. That's the harsh truth. It is a highly influential post, as the AGI is the first law officer of the nation and represents the government in all the legal matters. AGI is as equivalent to Supreme Court judge, and that's why AGI is highly respectable. So these are all the points which I have to discuss about the AGI. Now if you like this video, please like and share this video with your friends and family, and to all the people which are preparing for the IAS, PCS, any other law exams, or any other exams in which they may fit to read about the polity. Please subscribe our channel Legal Gyani for more videos like this, and press the notification bell. As we upload any new video, you may be notified for it. And without any delay, I may take your leave, and thanks for watching.